I want to bring in two activists turned city council members now working to make change in their communities. New York City Councilman Jansing, who was inspired to run after the murder of George Floyd, and Birmingham Councilwoman LaTonya Tate, who started a career in criminal justice after her own son was incarcerated. Thank you both for being here. Councilman, you led marches after the murder of George Floyd, after Breonna Taylor was shot and killed. Now we have a photo of you, I think it was just last weekend, leading a protest following the death of Tyre Nichols. Is this time going to be any different?
It depends on our elected officials. You know, something that we were advocating for since 2020 as a protester and now as an elected official is police accountability. We've seen a backlash on that conversation, not only, of course, from the Republican Party, but most especially within the Democratic Party when it came to the conversation of police accountability. I think many Democrats were scared of talking about that subject because during the midterms and the general election, they would be labeled as socialists or radicals.
But or soft on crime, because a lot of people were concerned about that issue. The polls showed up.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. But I think it distracted us from doing what's right, or at least distracted some of our most powerful Democrats from doing what's right. And that's continuing to advocate and legislate for police accountability. It's something that the Black community has been wanting to see since police and violence has impacted our communities. It's something I continue to push and advocate for as a local city council member here in New York. Now we just need the courage from our mayor and other top Democratic officials to really make the changes that organizers and elected officials like myself have been pushing for.
Councilwoman, you're a former parole officer. We've heard police chiefs around the country calling Tyre Nichols' death outrageous, inhumane, sickening. It doesn't help their efforts, right, to be respected in the community. What are conversations you're having like with the people you know within the system, including police?
Well, thank you for having me. And let me just extend my condolences to the Nichols family and the political leaders and the activists and the people on the ground in Memphis. So my heart goes out to them. But the conversations that I've been striking up and with our mayor is we have to look at police different. And so I echo what my council colleague, the councilman in New York is saying, that this is what the Black community and the community has been wanting. And we have to reimagine what policing looks like in this time. You know, the Tyre Nichols' murder was not a pursuit of public safety. So you're hearing that word public safety being tossed around, but are we really, doing what public safety looks like? And so being a former PO, I know what I witnessed and what I saw watching the video. Those are my training efforts that we were trained when I went through the academy to, pursue a person and hunt them down and to their death. So I have not had an opportunity to really sit down with our chief. I do plan to do that in the coming days. But I have been listening to communities. I did meet last week with about 20 organizations that are doing the work on the ground. And so I can, highlight our Mayor Randall Woodfin is making those investments. Right before I got elected, my colleagues have been in talks. So we do have the hospital violence intervention program in place with the health department. The mayor made a significant investment in mental health in the schools, and the HEAT program, which is the Habilitation, Empowerment, Accountability Therapy in our elementary and high schools. So we're making those investments, just trying to build that ecosystem out. But I'm looking at policing in a different lens and hoping that we can push, as the councilman said, our state legislators along with my colleagues on reimagining what policing looks like in Birmingham. And being the first Black female to chair public safety in the city of Birmingham is just history all by itself.
I wish we had more time to talk, but I hope you both will come back. I'd love to know in weeks or a month or so if you're starting to see movement, if you're feeling that this activism that a lot of people are feeling after this latest death is fading away. Will you both come back? I'd love to have you both here. LaTonya Tate, Jansing, thank you for being with me. We appreciate it. And before we